Now, in today's concept, we are going to derive the expression for velocity of the longitudinal waves in an elastic medium. Here, already I have explained about how the longitudinal wave travels in the air. Usually, the longitudinal wave, when they are traveling through the air, they are traveling in the form of compressions and rarefactions. Compressions and rarefactions. Compressions are the region in which the particles of the medium they are very close to one another. There, the pressure of the air molecules will be very high. In the case of rarefactions, they are less dense portion in which less number of air particles are there with lesser pressure. So, this is the arrangement of the uh, system in which the longitudinal wave it is propagating. Here, that air it acts as a elastic medium. Are you clear? Air that could be taken as the best example for elastic medium through which the longitudinal wave is assumed to be propagating. Here I have taken a cylinder. Look at the diagram. I have taken a cylinder and it's a long cylinder. It's a long tube and whose cross sectional area is taken as A. Look at the cross sectional area of the cylinder that is taken as A and within which the air molecules are filled up and the pressure of the air molecule is maintained as P. Are you clear? The pressure of the air molecules which are filled up within the cylinder to be taken as P. And here, with the help of the piston-like arrangement, we are able to generate the longitudinal wave within the tube, within which air molecules are filled up. By moving the piston here and there, we are able to produce the longitudinal wave within the cylinder. If you move the piston in to and fro motion, by moving this one, the energy could be given to the air molecules and air molecule they starts vibrating and because of the transfer of energy, the air molecules they are set in the longitudinal wave and compression and rarefactions will be created. So this is the method of generating the longitudinal wave. So what's our aim? Our aim is to measure our aim is to derive the expression for velocity of the longitudinal wave in this container, in this tube. Now what we have to do? We have to assume an axis. I have drawn one green color line now, that is the axis of the cylinder. Through this axis alone that wave travels. The direction of the propagation of the wave, that one coincides with the axis of the cylinder. Now we should know about what is density. We know very well that the density is represented by the letter rho. Rho is the density of the fluid, density of the air. Okay, so when the air molecules are at rest, the density of the air molecule must be taken as rho. When the time t is 0, when the process is not yet started, when the piston is not yet moved, when the time t is equal to 0, all the particles will be at rest and nothing will be moving. Longitudinal wave, they won't be set up. Now, we have to start moving the piston here and there. By moving the piston, we are able to generate the longitudinal wave. Now, if you move the piston, the movement due to the movement of the piston, we are able to calculate its velocity. The velocity of the piston alone can be taken as u. Since it is in motion, the velocity of the piston can be taken as u, small u. Are you clear? And because of the movement of the piston, what happens? The air molecules they starts vibrating, and within which the wave is created. No, its velocity, the velocity of the wave should be taken as v. So therefore, piston velocity is taken as u, and the velocity of the wave should be taken as v. So this is very important. Are you clear? So two different velocities are there. Don't get confused. When the piston is moving, the piston is having its own velocity u. When the piston is moved, longitudinal wave is set up and the velocity of the longitudinal wave to be taken as v. Our aim is to find out the expression for v. Okay, now we have to assume a time. The time taken that can be written as del t. What is del t? Del t is a time interval. Within this time interval del t, we have to find out two things. Within this time taken del t, the piston may be moved up to certain distance. You are moving the piston in, is it clear, to and fro motion, no? During this time del t, the piston may be moved up to certain distance. That distance can be taken as del d. What is this? Del d. How to calculate? Velocity of the piston is nothing but u. Distance traveled is del d. The distance traveled is taking place during the time interval del t. So what is the distance traveled by the piston during the time del t? Therefore del d is the distance traveled by the piston during the interval del t is cross multiply this. Del d is equal to u into del t is the expression. Are you clear? Now during the same time, this is about all about piston. When the piston is moved, longitudinal wave is created, no? During the same del t time, a wave also, clear, that also moves, no? Along with the piston, that wave is created. The distance moved by the elastic disturbance, the distance moved by the wave or distance moved by the elastic disturbance within the air, that should be calculated. Now, clear, v is the velocity of the wave. Clear, during del t time, the disturbance travel del x time during the interval of del t. So how to calculate del x? What is del x? Del x is the elastic disturbance that travels during the time del t. So how to calculate the distance traveled by the elastic disturbance? Del x is equal to v into del t. Just I would like to recall, these are all the details about the piston. These are all the details about the elastic disturbance, that is about the wave. Are you clear? So you should know very clearly about this. Now we are going to calculate another factor called del m. What is del m? I'll tell you what is del m now. Del m is nothing but mass of the air. Del m is the mass of the air that attained the velocity v during the time del t. This much amount of mass of air, that attained the velocity v. Are you clear? During the time del t. Are you clear? This much amount of mass of air that attained the velocity v. Are you clear? During which time? Del t time. So our aim is to calculate del m. How to calculate del m? Very simple formula. We know very well that density is equal to, what is this? Density is equal to mass per volume. That is a formula. Density is equal to mass per volume is a formula. By using this, we are able to calculate the del m. Slightly you alter the formula. Dou rho is equal to del m divided by, what is this? This is change in volume. Therefore, we can write it as del v. Are you clear? Rho, density is equal to del m divided by del v. How to get the del m? Del m is equal to, just interchange the factors. Del m is equal to rho into del v. That could be written. Are you clear? Now, del m, this is the amount of mass of air that undergoes, is it clear, the changes, and it attains the velocity v. Therefore, del m is equal to rho, that could be written as it is. Are you clear? So how to write the change in volume? So look at the area of cross section. Area of cross section of the piston and the cylinder is A. Are you clear? So how much amount of distance is traveled during the time del t? Del x is there. Already I have told about del x. Okay. What is del x? In the previous concept I have told about del x. Del x is the distance traveled by the elastic disturbance during the time interval of del t. Therefore, change in volume is nothing but area of cross section into distance. Area of cross section is A. This much amount of distance is traveled by the elastic medium. Are you clear? So del m is equal to rho into A into del x. Area of cross section into distance traveled is del v. So everything is substituted. Are you clear? Now we know about del x also. Therefore del m is equal to rho into A into, instead of del x, substitute this value. V into del t can be written. Are you clear? So this is the expression for del m. What is del m? Again I would like to recall, del m be the mass of the air that has attained the velocity v during the interval of del t. Are you clear? Since the air particles they are in motion, definitely is it clear? Some amount of momentum is imparted due to the movement of the piston. Here piston is moved here and there. The piston, because of the movement of the piston, the air molecule moves. So who is imparting the momentum on whom? Piston is imparting momentum on the air molecules. Piston is imparting momentum on the air particles. So how to write the sentence? Momentum imparted on the air particle due to piston. That should be written. Therefore, some amount of momentum is created. When compared to the initial momentum, it has attained the final momentum. Therefore, change in momentum is equal to, what is the formula for momentum? Momentum is nothing but mass into velocity. Mass into velocity. Change in momentum is equal to change in mass into velocity. Are you clear? Change in mass into velocity. How will you write velocity? What is the velocity of the piston? Because its momentum is transferred. Therefore, pistons, momentum of the velocity of the piston must be taken. Are you clear? Its velocity is transferred here. Therefore, momentum, to calculate the momentum imparted on the air molecule, whose velocity to be taken? Velocity of the piston must be written. Therefore, the change in momentum in air molecule is equal to del P is equal to, substitute del M, rho A V del T into U must be written. Are you clear? This is called as, what is this? Change in momentum that is imparted on the which one? Air molecules. Are you clear? In the previous chapters, are you clear? While learning force, is it clear? We have learnt about the impulse also. What is impulse? Impulsive force is nothing but if large amount of force is acting on a body in the short duration of time, that is called impulsive force. Therefrom we are able to calculate the which one? Impulse also. So what is the symbol for impulse? Impulse is equal to I into force into the clear time. Force into time. The time must be a short duration. Are you clear? So what is I? I is called as impulse. Are you clear? Impulse. So I is equal to F into del T. Are you clear? So this is the formula. Any doubt on this? So one more formula is clear, can be arrived from this. Impulse is equal to, force can be written as change in pressure. What is this? Change in pressure into area. Are you clear? Change in pressure into area. Pressure is equal to force per area. Therefore, force is equal to del P into A. So instead of force, I have written del P into A. Into del T can be written. Are you clear? No, note the difference. This is small p. This is small p, change in momentum. This is change in pressure, capital P. Note the difference. Okay, don't get confused. So this is the one of the expression for which one? Impulse. Are you clear? So here instead of this factor, clear, this entire factor can be written in this side. Impulse can be written as del P, change in pressure, into A into del T can be written, which is equal to. Are you clear? So how to write the rest of the factor? Here change in momentum is called as, what is this? Already I have told, change in momentum is called impulse. This one also gives you the impulse. Here one expression is there. This is also gives you the impulse. This one also gives the impulse. Impulse formula is obtained from, is it clear, some other formula. Here impulse formula is obtained from momentum. So here this one can be taken as 1 and this one can be taken as 2. Are you clear? 1 can be equated with 2. Are you clear? Already 2 is written. This 1 can be written. What is the formula? Rho A V del T into U can be written. Are you clear? Now we can cancel the common factors. Are you clear? We can cancel the common factors. A can be cancelled. Del T can be cancelled. Are you clear? So what is the final formula now? Change in pressure. Del into capital P, change in pressure is equal to How will you get? Rho V U. This one gives you the change in pressure. Are you clear? So this one can be taken as third equation. I have got the clear one important formula from which we are able to get the change in pressure which is created during the time del T. Are you clear? Here I have got one del P formula, no? Clear. From some other formula we have to get one more formula for del P. This is one of the formulae to calculate the del P. We have to get one more formula to calculate del P. That equation and this one both have to be equated. Okay. Already we have derived the equation for change in pressure. That is to be taken as the third equation. Now we have to find out, we have to derive one more equation for del P. After deriving one more del P equation, both the del P equation to be equated. Here we have to understand one more thing, that when the sound wave passes through the air, small volume of the element, small volume element del V of the air undergoes regular compressions and rarefactions. Small del V amount of air, small volume of air that undergoes rarefactions and compressions. So the change in pressure is created. Change in pressure is created due to the formation of the compression and rarefactions. So now we have to find out clear the del V. Are you clear? So what is del V? Change in pressure that is created due to the which one? The formation of compression and rarefactions. Already you have learnt about bulk modulus. What is bulk modulus? Bulk modulus small k, that is nothing but del P change in pressure divided by, this is nothing but what is this? Bulk stress. Bulk stress is written in the form of del P. Bulk strain to be written. How to write bulk strain? Change in volume divided by original volume is the formula for bulk strain. Therefrom we are able to get the expression for del P. Are you clear? What is del V? Change in volume. What is V? Original volume. What is del P? Change in pressure. So from this we are able to get the expression for del P. So del P is equal to, rearrange the equation. Now we are able to get K is equal to K into del V divided by V can be written. Are you clear? Now we have to get the expression for V. What is V? V is called original volume of the air. How to get it? Area of cross section of the cylinder, area of cross section of the cylinder into change in the distance traveled by the elastic medium during the time del T is called del X. Already I have told about del X. What is del X? During the interval of del T, is it clear? Some change is created in the elastic medium, no? Are you clear? The distance moved by the elastic disturbance is called del X. That is called original volume. Are you clear? Now A into del X is the formula. The same thing can be written in another form. Already we have learnt about what is del X. Del X is nothing but V into del T. Already we have learned that V is equal to del X by del T was already derived. From this expression we are able to get the expression for del X. Instead of del X, V into del T can be written. This is the expression for original volume. Now how to calculate the change in volume? Change in volume is del V. Are you clear? Del V is nothing but, what is this? Area of cross section A into del D. Del D. What is del D? Del D is the distance traveled by the piston. Distance traveled by the piston during the time del T. Are you clear? So already you have written U is equal to, that is velocity of the piston. Velocity of the piston is equal to distance traveled by the piston during the interval del T. So A into del D, that one gives you the change in volume. Are you clear? Because of the movement of the piston alone, the change in volume is created. Understood? So here U is equal to del D divided by del T. Now del D is equal to U into del T. Del V is equal to A into Instead of del D, substitute U into del T. This is called change in volume. This is called original volume. Are you clear? In this expression, are you clear? In this expression, fourth expression, which are the factors to be substituted? Del V could be substituted, V could be substituted. Now, del P is equal to, that is change in pressure is equal to K into del V is A U into del T whole divided by here. V is there. What is V? Into V into del T can be written. Are you clear? After cancellation, A can be cancelled, del T can be cancelled. So what are the remaining factors? K, U divided by V. This expression can be taken as fifth expression. Are you clear? Now look at that. Look at the third expression and fifth expression. In LHS side, del P is there. These two equations can be equated. How will you equate? Now, let's take the RHS factors alone. Are you clear? 3 could be equated with, third equation could be equated with fifth equation. Are you clear? Substitute now. Rho V U. Rho V U is equal to K, bulk modulus U divided by V. So both are equated. Now cancel the common factor. U can be cancelled. Now cross multiply this, that one becomes V square. So therefore rho V square is equal to K. So therefrom we are able to get V square is equal to K by rho. Are you clear? So V is nothing but velocity of the longitudinal wave that propagates through the elastic medium. Therefore V is equal to square root of K by rho. So this is the formula from which we are able to derive the expression for velocity of the longitudinal wave, clear, in the air medium, that is in the elastic medium. So that velocity that depends on the factors bulk modulus and also the density of the medium. Velocity is directly proportional to square root of the bulk modulus and inversely proportional to the square root of the density. So very important formula. This formula is meant only for the velocity of the longitudinal wave. It's clear when it passes through the air medium or in elastic medium. This same formula that could be used even for sound also. When sound passes through the air, the same formula can be used to measure the velocity of sound in air. Okay.